Yo, the three wise men, they show up there. They show up there to give Jesus his gifts. You know what I'm saying? First wise man, he comes up, he said, hey, here's a little gold. Here's a little gold for you. You know, enjoy. Second wise man, he's even wiser than the first. He says, hey, here's a little frankincense for you. Don't f***ing use it all in one place. Third guy says, but wait, there's myrrh.
Welcome back. This place sucks. We're back on the couch. It's hot as fuck.
Heatwave edition.
Heatwave 99, baby.
It is. That's why we're just rambling, dude.
I don't
Immediately.
know, dude. Yeah.
When we close the door and turn the fan off.
Yeah.
It rose.
This is the show. We're here. We're excited to be here. We're excited to sweat for the next hour in a sauna. This is the Joe Rogan experience for sure. We're in a sauna doing a podcast, dude.
And I'll probably do a cold plunge after this.
Yeah, I'm going to do I did a cold plunge today. It was
in the pool.
It was 90 degrees in the pool. The pool water was 90 degrees,
Jesus fucking
dude.
Christ, dude.
Yeah. And God, when I tell you it was
fucking
badass, dude, it was badass.
I mean, it's still cooler than the air.
There goes the phone, dude.
The air was what, 99, 100?
Yeah, man, let's keep going, dude.
Let's start over, man.
We're going. No,
you're dropping your phone.
We're fine,
man.
dude. This is the shit they came for.
Talking about ice baths.
This is fine. Keep talking. We're good.
Anyway, we're back. We're in full effect. He's trying to find his phone, dude.
We're gonna say the same shit over again. Look, we're not fucking professionals, and I'm not gonna fucking pretend to be one. All right?
We're 50 episodes in,
our
dude.
Show. We can do whatever we want on it, and if I want to stop to get my phone, you can call the fucking podcast. You can call the Nelk Boys to come down here and arrest me, dude.
You gonna pretend you did that?
I watched
purpose,
Steve will do it. Shove shit up his ass for views, dude.
Bro, why does it look like your phone has been on fire, dog?
It has,
what is
dude.
up with that?
Because I'm not a professional.
You got no battery. The thing has been burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. Well, priorities. You know, priorities. I'd rather buy more important shit.
Feel you. Mine's not as physically damaged as yours, but it's older, so the battery life's gone.
What is yours, an 11?
11,
Mine's a 12, so I'm like
just
one step
slightly above, yeah.
I like what we're doing here, dude. Why do you have a piss stain on your shirt that's in the shape of a heart? What's going on
yellow
there?
paint, dude. And I have one that's not a heart, it's a circle. From the shirt I was wearing over this. I, bumped into some paint against the wall.
I hate when that happens, man.
And then,
I always hate when I do it on like an
nice
old shirt.
Under this.
Or like I'm wearing old clothes and I paint or whatever and I get shit on and I'm like, even though it was old, I wear it a lot. And I'm mad now. You know what I mean?
Dude, when I was, that last job I had at NAS, I was fucking painting a lot. I ruined 6 or 7 fucking whole pairs of pants.
Yeah.
Getting paint on them. And then shirts and shit. But you know me, dude. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Thank you.
Yeah, and you do, man.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, dude.
We're in it now.
We're still sweating.
But yeah, dude, it's hot. We are in the middle of a mild heat wave. I live in a 120-year-old house.
I mean, mild's putting it mildly. It's pretty goddamn hot.
It's hot, dude. I mean, it's 90-something degrees with like a 80-something% humidity. The dew point's fucking 80-something%. The heat index is over 100. It's different. I felt dry heat for the first time in my life last year. Humidity is different.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels like Vegas out here, dude.
It's worse.
Yeah.
This 90-something in humidity here is worse than that 104 day in Vegas.
Ain't that crazy how that
when
works?
We were standing outside of the closed down Zach Baggins Museum, waiting on an Uber in the middle of
in all black,
nowhere.
In all black, just fucking
in all black,
looking like a bunch of idiots, dude. And that was before our foray in the world we're in now. Kind of cool looking back how far we've come in less than a year.
Looking back at me, I see that I never really got it right. Hell yeah. What's
Bring in Crossfade.
That Crossfade?
Hell yeah, it is, dude.
I always get them and Shinedown mixed up, man. Similar vibes.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Similar vibes.
Yeah.
But I guess I like Crossfade a little bit more. I listened to it. They played them a lot in the restaurant I worked in when I was like 19.
Yeah, they just played that one song on repeat.
That one and Is That So Cold? What I really meant to say.
Yeah.
They played that and that Pussy Liquor song by Rob Zombie a lot.
That's crazy. That's fucking insane, dude.
Well,
that's
the Cook had a mix CD, one mix CD that she played all the time.
And that sounds like, that's probably my
goddamn Summer in
favorite
Michigan
Rob
by
Zombie
Kid Rock.
song, man.
That fucking...
Yeah, all summer long, dude.
Yeah, it was awful, man.
That's a cool mixtape, dude. That's a fucking gem.
Didn't have it on. We picked up the local whatever pop radio.
Yeah.
And it was nonstop that goddamn Black Eyed Peas song, Mazel Tov. L'chaim. That fucking dumbass shit, bro.
Oh, god damn. That's fucking
that era,
horrible,
bro,
dude.
all the radio played was that Jason Mraz song.
Yeah.
Be like me, man. That shit.
Yeah.
That Train song. Hey, soul sister. It was the worst era of pop music.
The mid 2000s sucked.
I also think it was the worst era of like rock music. The rock music that was popular was like Mumford and Sons and shit. You know what I mean?
Do you remember my Christmas party when I took Matt's guitar and just started beating the fucking strings and started singing Mumford and Sons?
And he was not pleased.
He fucking hated that.
You're being too rough with it. It's a Washburn.
It's like, no, dude, this is how Mumford and his kids play the guitar, bro.
Isn't it crazy too that dude turned out to be like a crazy right winger?
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. But that's very. Who would have thought the dudes that dress like it's the 1800s
would have been wild? Like
wish
that.
there were still slaves. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think the dude Imagine Dragons, which also came out in that era. That dude's also a weirdo. I can't get a read.
Imagine Dragons been around that long?
Yeah, that first Radioactive was in that era.
Was it?
Damn. Yeah, and AWOL Nation at that time, which they were a little bit better than all those other bands. AWOL Nation was all right.
I seen them in concert, man. I went and seen them at Mercury Ballroom, dude. And they were killer. They put on a good show.
The dude's voice sounded like Manson a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they had good shit. Then that one song hit, man, and that's all everybody wanted to fucking play. And their other shit was better than their hit. That fucking Sail, that song.
Yeah. And
I mean,
ADD.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, Sail. They said they played that over and over again, but like all the other shit on the album was badass. And I'm like, why are they not
to be fair,
playing that shit? I mean, that's how it is with hits.
I would
guess,
say 95% of bands.
Yeah, that one song.
Their singles are like the worst songs on the album.
And I hate that. I hate that that's a thing.
But sometimes that's the best song. I've bought albums where that ends up being the only good song on the album, and I decided I didn't like the band that much.
I noticed you didn't post anything about December Underground's anniversary the other day, man. I thought that was kind of bold of you.
My least favorite album by them, dude. But I also didn't see it till the next day. I shared When Sing the Sorrows anniversary.
I know, I seen that.
The Black
I seen that. I know. That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up, dude. I noticed you did not pay any
you'd be
tribute.
proud of me. Literally, while we were on the porch earlier, there's some discussion in the AFI subreddit about the upcoming tour. All right. Yeah, and a person asked
the Fall Children on fucking Reddit, bro, getting stoked.
It's just r/a fire inside. But
I love it, dude. I think it's cool, dude.
Anyway, I know you're on there, dude. I know the circles you run in. You're on a ton of subreddits.
I get it.
But anyway, they were asking like, "Oh, you think they'll do a meet and greet?" I know a lot of bands do meet and greets. You think it'll be overpriced? And I was like, "Yo, when AFI headlines these kind of rooms, hang out after the show.
Yeah,
you
meet everybody.
Gonna meet at least one or two of the guys."
Yeah.
And then I, mentioned. As somebody asked, like, yada, yada, last time I only met Adam. Davey didn't come out. And I was like, funny enough, last time Davey got in the car and was gone.
Yeah, I watched him peel out, dude, yeah.
But the other guys stayed, Hunter and Adam. I was like, but the first time they all did, and I met Smith, that's when a chick was like, Smith, and because when I met him, I asked to take a picture with me. He's like, oh, you don't want a picture with me, man. I'm nobody. I was like, no, you're Jade's brother. You're the most famous punk roadie of this era.
Yeah,
yeah. And how many famous roadies are there? You know what I mean?
I would have took a picture with him.
And he took a picture with me, but I mentioned that to somebody in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I think when December Underground came out and they had that shirt with his face on it, he really got a lot of recognition." And I really wanted to be like, Actually, if you remember the Despair faction, you have probably known about his existence way before 2006. But I was like, yeah, man, yeah, I think that probably helped. And I was a real cool,
that is cool.
level-headed guy about it, dude.
And it's not a bad album, man. Honestly,
no, December Underground.
I think it was just a bad time.
Kill Caustic.
I think it was a bad time that it come out.
Yeah, because it got lumped in with emo.
Yeah, and it followed arguably their best album.
It followed their best album.
Probably it is their best album as far as, well, I guess December Underground is their best as far as commercial success. Yeah,
which is crazy because Sing the Sorrow seemed huge at the time.
I would have assumed that it was bigger. I mean, because the only video you ever seen, I mean, Love Like Winter hit for a minute, but
Miss Murder was a giant song. They played that shit
and it was a
during
big
the
hit.
NFL.
But I mean, when Sing the Sorrow came out, they played all the music videos from that album, dude, all the time. Like it was always on Fuse and MTV2. Like it just seemed to me, I guess, at the time that album was bigger. But like you said, commercially, Miss Murder was in a Madden game, bro. Like it was a big fucking deal.
And it did hit because of all the emo shit, and he had the haircut at the time, and it was a little bit more. If you listen to it now, it definitively does not fit in with your, your mall emo era of that time, your Long Island emo, your fucking Taking Back Sunday and your My Chemical Romances, your Fall Out Boys and shit. It doesn't sound like any of that. It sounds a lot more like an 80s kind of electronic pop album with modern, like, hardcore screaming in it, in bits and pieces. He screamed less in that album than he does in Sing the Sorrow, but people say that's the Screamo album.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, but definitively those two albums, man, don't fit into... That was like their changing era.
And we're not going to spend a whole episode on it, but they did announce a tour, and we're excited about it.
AFI Fall Tour.
Yeah, we're fucking stoked, dude.
They're guaranteed to drop an album this year or early next year.
What do you think they're going to play on this tour?
Hunter responded to a fan's Instagram comment about, will there be any more dates announced because you guys aren't coming near me? And he said this is just the first leg of a several-leg tour. So I'm imagining they do a hype tour, we're back, and then they release the album, and then they probably spend all of 2026 on tour. Because that's what they did the last couple times.
We could see them hit probably Cincinnati or Louisville, too.
Yeah, I'm going to Columbus.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to miss my chance, just in case.
But I'll never not see them if they're within a few hours. That's the
I hate that
I've
only seen them once, and it's been 10 years now. Over 10 years, 2014. So
was it? No, it was 15.
Was it 15?
No, it was 14. It was 14.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 14.
I would like to get another member of the band to sign my tattoo and have it.
Yeah, if I could get any. Especially now that I know I could easily go the next day and get somebody to tattoo it.
Yeah, I've got Adam on it. I wouldn't mind getting Hunter or Davey or Jade or
I would. If I don't get them to sign it, I'm gonna get the Through Our Bleeding We Are One around it at some point. But yeah, man, that's like everybody's got their band. Old heads like, oh, I'll go see Metallica every time they come around. I'll go see Pearl Jam every time they come around. For me, it's
AFI's your shit, dude.
Yeah, AFI. I want to have seen them over 10 times at least.
Yeah,
I've seen them 7 now. 7, I think. 04, 05. No, 05, 06, 07. 10, and then 13, and 14, and then Indianapolis. So this, 7 times.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that's cool, dude.
But for a band with such a long discography,
I was cool with it though, like saying I only got to see them the one time. So now
you saw them at a great point in time.
Yeah. So to see them again it's the cherry on top for me because I don't know how many times I'll get to see them. So
well, a lot of bands that are out that long do not have nearly the discography, right? And they dive into it when they're headlining tours.
Right.
And then they always have a new album in between each time I see them. So it's always fresh to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you'll go see Danzig every time he comes around, and it's the same songs no matter what. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the first time I seen him, it was a different set than the last 2 times.
Yeah, but he's the same catalog of songs.
Same catalog shit. Yeah. He's not releasing nothing new. Well, I mean, he's done new shit, but it's crazy how many new albums had dropped since the first time I'd seen him, and he didn't play any of those songs.
He sticks to the hits.
You know? Yeah, he knows. He knows his audience, man. But I was going to say the same thing, though. You were talking about that's your band. You would always go see them. I've pretty much done that with the Jersey Boys. You know, I've
any
I've
variation of
Doyle's
the
band
Misfits.
twice. I've seen Jerry with the Misfits 3 or 4 times. I think 3 times. I've seen Danzig 3 times. So I mean, I get it.
Hopefully this
I'm like
year we
that,
see
you
the
know.
OG lineup, man.
I would really like to see, and I used to say that too. I used to say, well, you know, I got to see Danzig play Misfit songs with Doyle, because at that point in time, that was almost unheard of. Like, that was a big deal when he did that.
Shit, I mean, a few years ago, you never would have.
Right.
You just from being in the loop of the rumor mill of the Misfits, you never would have guessed they were ever going to get back together. You never would have thought for any shows.
For me, I always said, you know, I got to see it before it was the reunion. Like, I was okay with that.
And you saw Graves before he was a douchebag.
Yeah.
Any of us would have gone and seen him before.
No, yeah, I saw Graves twice. I seen him do an acoustic set, and then I seen him with the full band.
Playing Misfit shit?
And both of them were fine. It was fun, dude. Before he became a weirdo,
all
it was
real
a good time,
Misfits fans can collectively agree the Graves albums are good. We all prefer the Danzig albums, but the Graves albums are good.
They're not bad, no.
There's some good songs in there. He's just a prick. There's a lot of people I don't like that write great music, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I like to see the argument, because I'll see the argument in other... I don't see it on the Seventh House as much because they usually delete nonsense. But in other Misfits groups I'm in and shit, people will try to compare the two as far as like their political views and shit. And my comments always stay the same. Like, I'm sure they're probably not that far off on political views, but
one's way
Glenn's
more
not.
talented.
Yeah. and Glenn's not the guy to go out and say certain things and do certain dumb shit. Like, I don't know, storming the fucking Capitol.
He'll make,
you know what I mean?
He'll make one comment a show. He won't make a whole rally about it. He won't storm the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll have questionable merch designs here and there.
Yeah,
but you know,
but it's
again,
hard.
Also, he has the
know.
talent to back it up. I mean, inarguably, and I wouldn't have, you know, I wasn't as cultured of a Danzig fan growing up.
Yeah.
But I think inarguably, he's just a songwriting virtuoso.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's written country western, he's written punk, he redefined the genre of hard rock for the 1990s.
He did, man.
That's like the if you just go 90s hard rock on Spotify, it's a bunch of Danzig songs.
For the last 40 plus years, I mean, the dude's literally created almost 90% of like all the weird shit that I really like that I've gotten in, like fandom wise, like and then everybody that I like outside of that, the influence. You know, we were just talking about AFI, like that's some of their biggest influence.
Oh, they've got
Misfits,
all of Son of Sam back on Spotify.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
See, and then Son of Sam. I forget about
and
that
it's
too.
so fucking good, dude. It's so good. That's one of the cases, and I know no Danzig fan will ever agree with me. Man, I think those songs sound better. I think the Son of Sam albums.
Yeah, they are good, man. They are good.
Not all of them, but I think his particular timbre.
Mm-hmm.
They both have like a rich, like a honey to their voice, but Danzig's is lower.
Yeah.
Davy's slightly higher. He can do that low thing, but on some of those songs, man, I mean, I'm also biased. I'm biased to get anything he does is.
I like a good Misfits cover in general. Twitching Tongues, I think, really they're pretty top tier on the covers. The Twitch Fits was great.
I like those boys too.
I do love AFI's Misfits covers. I do love the Son of Sam shit too. Like I think that shit's great. It's nice when I see two bands I like fucking like that. You know what I mean? Like, because Son of Sam's like a super group of Danzig members with Davey.
Yeah. Well,
so
dude, that's like my favorite thing about like Davey and that whole milieu in general is like he did Son of Sam. And then he had to step away and say, I'm going to do my own shit. And then he got approached to do the Misfits and said, nah, man, AFI is my baby. And they got such compared to the Misfits for so long. And then they fucking broke away in a way that no other band of any of those punk genres really has, with the exception of maybe like The Damned. Yeah. The Damned started off as like a very aggressive punk band and then went kind of goth and then had some like electronic.
I don't want to say they got better because they did. I hate it because I do like the punk shit, but like it's crazy how good their punk shit was. Yeah. And how good the hardcore whatever to go from that to what they became.
In 2010,
insane.
they released a hardcore album to prove they still had it under the name Extremist.
And
it's
they did.
sick as fuck.
Yeah. And they did.
People
they
bitched about all the electronica in Sing the Sorrow and December Underground. They branch out. They do Black Audio. Hit electronic group, dude. I mean, they play all those gay-ass electronic festivals that everybody likes with DJs and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's all fucking pipes, baby.
I love it, dude.
Pipes.
I love it. I think as far as like
pipes,
it is crazy how me and you, our timeline together, our connection. It's crazy how even the music is. You just look at that. That's AFI, and you just look at me and you're like that's Glenn, and it's just crazy. They blend the way they do. It's just awesome, man. I regret two things. Two things I regret as far as music goes. Well, aside from like not getting to see Motorhead or Typo or any of that shit. Two things
largely out of your control.
Yeah, but two things I really regret is number one, not going to Arizona to see AFI open up for the Misfits.
And Fear.
Fear. That was stupid. That was stupid on our parts. We should have made it fucking happen, and we didn't.
Well,
but
now that
fine.
we know how well we travel, we'll do one.
Yeah, it's fine. That I regret that, and then I regret that I did not go to. I regret that I didn't go to Chicago in 2014 for Sam Hain for the 30-year anniversary.
Yeah,
because I read
they might,
and I don't know. Don't
again.
Quote me, and they won't. From what I've read, like it's done because I think last year was the 40 years and they didn't do anything for it. I read that they did those string. I think they did 2 or 3 maybe. I know one of them was at Riot Fest. It was the 30 bloody years of Sam Hain, and they played a bunch of shit off Initium and November's Coming Fire and shit. But they played all that shit. I read that Glenn took all the money and split it amongst the band. He gave it all to the band. He didn't even take the money off of it, and that was it. And they were done.
Well, he owns the brand that sells all the shit at Walmart and stuff, right? That's his side of Misfits.
Well, so anything that is Evil Live is Glenn, and I think anything that is Cyclopean is Jerry.
Well, I know the shirts at Walmart just say Misfits on
but
the tag,
I think
but
now
I'm pretty sure that he's
now
the
it's
one
all
who sold it. Yeah, I think they came back together.
Since they come back, I think. But I know there's certain
things. I think
things,
that was part of it. I think he made his nut back.
Yeah.
And especially once he started touring again and shit.
There's certain
shit
now that still Glenn's, like, no matter what, like, that they don't. Like, I know the Pusshead, where they did the Pusshead interview with the one dude from the 80s. That skull, it's got, like, he's got the eyeball out and the devil lock. That's Glenn's. I think the Die My Darling is Glenn's, and that one that's like the square, it looks like Glenn with like it's got like the comb over the Bieber hair on it, you know.
Yeah.
I think all that shit's his. Like he's got certain things that are still his, and anything that's Evil Live is still Glenn's shit. He owns that much, but
and God bless all of them, man. I'm glad
it's
the boys
cool
are
that they
back
got
together.
it's cool they got all their shit straightened out and.
But goddamn, to have seen AFI and the Misfits together,
that would have been something, man.
And not to suck on them too much, but. Aside from the Twitch Fits outfit, AFI has the best Misfits covers out there. They have a couple of the best Cure covers out there.
Yeah.
They cover My Michelle by Guns N' Roses, and it fucking slaps, dude. But,
and you know, it's also crazy, too. Guns N' Roses covered the Misfits, man. They did Attitude.
Yeah.
And when I seen them, they played it, and that was fucking nuts. They also did that one song by the
Metallica
Damned.
does them all the time.
Metallica's Misfits covers aren't bad either, dude.
They do them all the time, and I saw them covering California Uber Atlas the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm covering that live.
Yeah, I remember listening to I forget. I was listening to EBN. I just forget how old I was, and they played Green Hell and Die My Darling. They played them back to back, and that was the first time I'd ever heard Metallica do the Misfits. I was pretty young at the time.
Sick as fuck.
And that blew my mind that Metallica. And then you should have seen me when I found out that GNR did a cover too, because you know Dad always liked Guns N' Roses and shit.
Well, see, you know me, I was I growing up until 5th or 6th grade, I hated Metallica. That was like the dad rock band that every uncle and everybody tried to get me to listen to, and out of
Right.
spite, I was like, I don't fuck with Metallica. That's
Right.
old head. They reminded me of like bikers and yada yada.
Yeah.
But then they did that crossover with Sum 41, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh wait, they fuck with
Yeah.
punk rock. And then I got into them.
I remember
you know what
finding, I believe it was Kill 'Em All. I found the CD at my uncle's house. And up until that point, like, Metallica to me was like, I'd heard Master of Puppets, but like, growing up in the 90s too, like when Load and Reload come out and that shit, like you hear.
Well, I just heard a couple. I'd heard some shit on the radio that the dads would play.
Yeah, and then
shit.
like Saint Anger
never really
was out
dove
at the
in.
time and like all that shit.
Everybody obviously universally hated album.
It's
I
not
liked
that- it's
Saint
not that
Anger,
bad,
man.
man.
I liked the song Saint Anger. I get it. Oh, the snare, man, the snare. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't hate it. They haven't really done a whole lot of shit that I didn't like. Now that retrospectively looking back, even like their newer shit over the past 10 years has been fine. They're just professionals.
Of all
They know what they're
of
doing,
those
you know?
bands. Well, I mean, I fuck with Anthrax too, but I was
Anthrax
never
is
big
fun,
into
dude.
like fucking Dave Mustaine's band,
Megadeth. That's the only band out of the big four I've never seen, man. I would still probably go see them, just to say that I did, because they're the only one I haven't seen. But
Possibly.
I've seen Slayer, I've seen Anthrax, I've seen Metallica. All three of them put on. Dude, Anthrax fucking live.
I
Lot of
haven't seen
energy,
Anthrax.
dude. Lot of
I haven't
energy.
seen Anthrax.
They fucking slap.
I've seen Guns N' Roses, which was cool. I've seen Metallica. I gotta see, the old head bands that I think are dope that I gotta see.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that I gotta see Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, I'm still jealous about
And
that
Sick
one.
of It All. You know what I mean?
I've seen Sick of It All. I've seen them at Warped Tour, man.
Yeah.
They were playing on one stage and Attila was about to play on the other, so everybody was like piled in for Attila, because this was like at the point where they were like at their biggest,
And metalcore was huge.
Yeah, it was huge.
People largely, the Warped Tour crowd hated. It was like a rift in the metalcore era of like punks and.
And
people
I
who were
told
into
everybody
metalcore.
that was with me, I was like, dude, we got to check Sick of It All out. Like, it's gonna be good. And they didn't believe me, and it was great. But like, I remember the crowd like slowly. It was huge over here, and old dude from Sick of It All said something along the lines of like, we're about to play this last song, man. If you could take all of your energy and go over there and kick all of their asses.
Hell yeah.
And so when they started fucking, I can't remember if they closed with It's Clobbering Time or whatever, but when they fucking hit, dude, everybody that was over there swarmed the Attila side, dude, and was just pummeling motherfuckers, dude. It was badass, man.
I like metal and punk and shit, dude.
Yeah.
But a hardcore pit is way more of an ass beating than a metal pit or a regular punk rock pit.
A band that I only got to hear a little bit of their set at Warped Tour one year, that I've been like trying to see them again, like, and see them either headline or just like to get a full set and really to be able to enjoy it, because I was like up in they were playing on the PNC Pavilion side, so like I was up in the bleachers.
Yeah.
I didn't get to like enjoy it like I wanted to, but it was fucking Municipal Waste, bro.
Oh yeah,
They
they
sounded so fucking good, dude, and I really wish that I could see them in
up a Municipal Waste tee the other day.
They rule. I wish I would have grabbed the one with Donald Trump blowing his fucking head off that they were selling when the first time he ran for prez. I think it was like 2016, right? Yeah, it was against Hillary. Yeah, that shirt was fucking like, it's sold out, dude. Like you couldn't fucking get it, like the real ones.
Yeah,
and it
I
was
wanted
such a
the Not My
fucking
President shirt, man. The first Warped Tour I ever went to in 2003, it was a year before the Bush Kerry election, and they had the Not My President shirt with Bush on it was fucking huge, dude. Everybody at Warped Tour in 2003 and 4 was wearing one of those fucking shirts. And they briefly released one with fucking Trump on it. That was like an exact like replica. I think NoFX released it. But yeah, man, they're hard to get now. See a bootleg now and again, man, but I'm scary on bootlegs, man. A lot of them are using cheap shirts, man, that don't fit well, you know.
Yeah. I've started getting like, well, I wear a lot of extra large because I like to roll my sleeves up now. Like I've really adapted that, like cuffing the sleeves. So I always buy XLs now. But I'd really started going to that because the larges just shrink up and they don't fit right. Like a large, when I first buy it and wear it, fits perfectly. Like that's how it should fit. And then by the time I wash it a couple times,
I've started
bueno,
buying larges instead of mediums
Yeah.
for the same reason. But you want some good bootleg horror and band shit. Lord of the Left Hand.
Yeah.
His shit's quality. My This Place Sucks shirt's perfect fit.
Yeah.
With or without the sleeves, dude.
Yeah. Check out Lord of the Left Hand on Instagram. And
yeah, he's got a bunch of good shit.
Yeah, he's got the best shit. Man.
He's always releasing new shit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm stoked for that show. And in October, always get to see him in October.
Yeah, I was just saying when we seen him, it was in October.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I saw him with Andrew in 07, I know that was in October. When I saw them both times in 13 and 14 back to back, that was in October. I saw them in July last year, but that was them opening up for 30 Seconds to Mars.
It's been 30 minutes.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll flip this over, man. Make sure we don't run out of battery. Or video recording space, I mean.
But, yeah, man, I am thankful I've seen the bands that I have seen, you know. Because I have seen a lot of really good music, you know, a lot of really good bands, a lot of really good shows. It's always hard for me to pick, like, my favorite or best performance I've seen because I've seen so many now that are good, which is not anything I'm complaining about.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, you know, that that's a bad thing, that, like...
Depends on what kind of show, man.
Yeah.
My favorite, like, I've seen... I got a lot of favorite sit-down,
Right.
softer concert, you know, like
Right.
Bright Eyes. Favorite, like, small DIY show. I'm not going to lie, dude. That last residency show of Mall's was... I haven't been to a DIY show that fun in fucking years.
20 years,
man.
dude.
Years. Not counting the little fest
Yeah,
and
dude.
shit.
Look, we suck Maul off a lot on this show, dude, but they
Mall
really
rules, dude. Official
fucking
band of this
rule.
place.
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah,
dude.
that is, yes. Maul, absolutely. Maul to us is like, music-wise, is like Jeff Pinnock tattoo is to us in the tattoo world.
Yeah.
Like, those are our people. We love Maul. Very thankful for them, and to be able to go to 2 out of the 4 shows at the Comet Residency, badass.
And,
that
you know,
last one was fucking
we're an
killer,
underground fucking independent outfit ourselves.
We
support each other.
We know a little something about it too. So
I love.
We get it. Yeah.
I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. I mean, just a killer show. If you guys gotta go see them.
Yeah, if you're in the Cincy area or just anywhere close, you want to make the drive, do it, dude. If you can go see Maul, do it.
And follow them on Instagram, Mall666. Check out when they're playing, man. Go check them out.
Yeah.
They're sick as fuck. Saw another awesome hardcore band there that night, Total Loss.
Yeah, Total
They
Loss
were
was
tight as
killer.
fuck.
Yeah.
Word is they're breaking up, though.
I don't know.
Might be one of their last shows they played.
Couldn't tell you.
Well, there's a comedian from Louisville named Alicia that I met at the open mic I hosted.
Mm-hmm.
She added me on Instagram, but she responded to that story,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Oh, you were at the Total Loss show?" I guess she knows them and follows them, and she was like, "Yeah, they're badass, yada yada." That might have been one of their last shows though, because word is they're breaking up to do like other projects. Which I did hear the drummer mention he was in like several bands at one time.
And you'll have that, man.
Always with drummers.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some more bands. I've been talking to the boys from Primitive Impulse, man. We're going to try to get them on here soon.
And we're
another
trying
band
to
out of
plan a
Cincy.
show, dude. My
Yeah,
buddy,
we're wanting to do a show.
my
Having
buddy's
some
band
bands on.
from Florence, they're going to be ready to do their first show pretty much any time now.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find a venue to set something up. And we'll probably try to get Maul and some of these other bands we like there.
For sure.
You know, support independent music, independent artists.
You got a favorite show you've been to, man? You got a favorite like that was just the one that just sticks out?
Yeah,
the
well,
most?
like I said, those of that, but favorite overall, that 07 AFI show at Bogart's was off the chain. I was still moshing pretty heavy at the time. You know, it was the newest album out was December Underground, so yeah, they played like 5 songs off that, but they played for like well over an hour. They did like a 5-song encore.
Mm-hmm.
They played almost all of Sing the Sorrow and shit going back to like, you know, Total Immortal.
Yeah.
So as far as like set list, intensity of the show, it was up there. But you know, there's bands I've seen live that I would argue, you know, or there's different qualities.
Right.
Like, I think some bands are better live. AFI is just like, they're good no matter what.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, dude? Start with like your best overall. And
well,
then do your favorite small show, and then your favorite like sit down show.
Well, as far as like we were saying earlier, the small shows, the DIY shit, I do think I've had probably the most fun seeing Mall. It seemed exciting. Each time we've went to one, it's always seemed like just an event.
That and Santa Mania last year, that was
and seeing
dope
them at the Boneyard, their first show, then seeing them on the Residency, seeing them at Motor. Like, we've seen them a lot.
Junkers.
It's always fun. It's always it's it does something for me. But as far as like, I tell people this because people think I'm crazy when I say it, especially if they're not into that type of shit. But I do think one of the best live performances I've seen in person was Korn. They really are fucking
Yeah, I've heard they're
insane.
really good live.
But as far as like just memories or like whatever, like I've got a couple that I hold dear to. Like me and Dad went and seen Metallica together. It was just us.
Yeah.
That was cool.
All-time memory.
I appreciated that one a lot. I took my mom to see Fleetwood Mac. That one meant a lot because she loves Fleetwood. And
those are like two perfect. Seeing Metallica with your dad and Fleetwood with your mom.
Yeah, and that was before they were like done because what's her name? Christy McVie died.
Yeah.
So to see him before that, like that one meant a lot. So seeing Fleetwood with Mom was cool. Seeing Metallica with Dad was cool. And honestly, I think the third time, that last time we seen Danzig, man.
I was gonna put Danzig up there with like best overall show
because it was outside.
Yeah,
we got the
crowd vibe.
He
was
signed
immaculate.
our shit after the show.
Yeah.
The
Twin
opener,
Temple opened,
with
and
Behemoth. Yeah, like that was. Yeah,
that was a sick
The
show.
last time we seen Glenn was fucking killer. So those are probably my three.
Well, I'll count those all as one.
Yeah.
Like overall, because you got two memory-based ones. But what's your favorite sit down? And you said your DIY, your small show. What was your favorite? You ever been to like one where the music's a little softer? Maybe you're on a lawn sitting. I mean, we did see The Cure sitting on the lawn in the rain.
The Cure was a fun one.
There.
That's up there. My friend Katie. Shout out Katie Martin. I know she will probably never ever listen to a single one of my podcasts, but me and her for a long time, we were like super, super close.
She's good people.
And I remember she hit me up one day. I was working at Subway, and she said, "Hey, I've got 2 tickets to see Steve Miller Band and Journey tonight. Do you want to go?" And I said, "Fuck yeah." And we went to River Bend, and we sat on a blanket, and we watched, and Steve Miller Band was awesome because I've always liked Steve Miller.
I genuinely fuck with
Journey,
Steve Miller
whatever. I've never really gave a fuck about Journey, but
but you know a couple.
But that
you can
was
sing along to.
That one was really fun. And then when me and Gene and Chris went and seen Hank Williams last year, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just to be out on the field with the boys and just hanging out, like,
in
a switch up from what I'm normally going to concert.
Well, that first time we saw Danzig,
that was fun,
I was like halfway jealous that we weren't over there seeing Garth Brooks as well.
Yeah, dude, and Tim and Cam were like right next door at Garth.
They were right by the stage.
Yeah, that picture of them. Yeah. They and that is crazy that we were like a football field away from each other, seeing totally opposite music, dude.
Garth and Girth, dude.
If that and it's funny too because I've told Tim that if Danzig wouldn't have been playing that night.
The first Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, Cradle of Filth opened. Yeah,
I forgot we saw them.
Yeah,
Sick as fuck, dude.
That was that night. Yeah. If Danzig wouldn't have been playing that night, I would have been there at Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
And I know that if Garth Brooks wouldn't have been playing, I could have drugged Tim to see Danzig with us. I think he would have.
I think he would have had a good time there, man.
That was a fun.
He had a good time at the Tiger Army Flogging Molly show.
He did,
didn't
dude. He did, and that one was fun. That one was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see Tiger Army since I was a teenager and never.
And I'll
got
go
to
see him
do
again.
It. Yeah, absolutely.
If they come back by, man.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
one was fun. I'm gonna try to go. I think I'm gonna try to go to
for me too,
Columbus in September and see Lorde. She's going to be in Columbus. I would really like to do that. If Lana would come close, I would like to take Mom to see her because Mom's a big Lana Del Rey fan. And I like her too, obviously. But I would like to see some of that shit. I was going to go see Olivia Rodrigo last summer, but the tickets sold out and resale was fucking stupid. And I was like, I'm good.
My sister just went and saw Melanie Martinez, I believe.
Yeah.
She said,
but
I
try
really
to keep
good.
my
Somebody
shit
like that.
diverse. Honestly, like we were talking to Jonathan Hamill about Taylor Swift. Like, If it wasn't for how
Yeah.
crazy the ticket and
Too
shit was, I
expensive,
would go. I would go see Taylor, dude, just to say, because I know it's an event.
Yeah.
I like that kind of show. I like
I
when
do
it's an
too.
event, bro. Like,
I
I
like
would
going
go
to a
see
big
that.
free show. I went to Louisville Pride last Saturday, which was off the chain. Just amount of people.
Yeah.
And it was so, dude, immaculate vibes. Everybody was chill. There was a booth. There was like all kinds of like sample booths for
Well, you know,
like
last year
alcohol and
they,
weed drinks and shit.
Last year they had Chapel Roan, man. And
well, they had Natasha
Bedingfield was there this year,
man.
yeah. And I remember last year Heather was sending me videos from the
I wish I
Chapel
would have went
concert,
to that one.
and dude, it looked amazing. I was like,
I wish
fuck
I
it, all
would've
the time. I
went.
should have fucking went. And then this year, like I said, they had Natasha. I should have
Brother,
fucking went.
It was.
I'll never
off
miss
the
it again,
chain.
dude. Next year I'll be there, man. Because
But
I
yeah.
did Cincy Pride, and Cincy Pride was badass.
We're similar in that though,
a
that
few
we like
years ago,
live
man.
music.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I'll go listen to stuff
I'm
live
for a
that
good
I
fucking
wouldn't
show.
to.
Yeah, I'm for a good show. I prefer it to be a band I like or I'm into,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I'll go see live music whenever, just because.
And my favorite
you know.
show is a general admission, standing room only.
Yeah.
As small as Comet to as big as about Bogarts.
Yeah.
I think those are the perfect shows, man.
Mhm.
Something where you can get as close as you want.
I meant to tell you,
You know
I
what I
saved
mean?
this the other day. I was gonna send it to you, and then I forgot.
What you
man, we got Helmet, the Dwarves, and Gwar are coming to Cincinnati September 19th.
Didn't Helmet like go on like a? No, that was Skillet.
Yeah, Skillets.
Skillet went off the rails.
Yeah, they're lame.
Yeah.
Helmet's not, but they're playing.
I'd see who else is on it?
Helmet, Dwarves, and
The
Gwar.
Dwarves and Gwar. All right.
And it's the return of Gorgor tour, and I'm pretty sure they're bringing the giant fucking dinosaur back on stage to eat people.
I'm
So,
in, dude.
You
I'll
like to go?
See them
I would
anytime
love
they
to see
come
Gwar
around.
for a sixth time. Why not? You know,
That's also just a fun time.
It's a
You
good
know what I
time,
mean?
dude.
It's a
I've
good
never
time.
seen them without Sylvia, and I'd say as soon as they dropped it, I sent it. But all 5 times I've been with Sylvia
No
to
shit.
see them.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta take her. That's a tradition at this point. But
That's a fun time.
yeah, man, I fuck with Guar's fun, dude. ICP's another one too. I talked about that a couple weeks ago when I went and seen them. Like they always put on a good show. Like, but yeah, I'm like you, man. Like I like live music. I like going.
I've seen
seeing
Ice Cube
people.
twice.
Ice
He's
Cube would
great
be
live.
fucking
I
awesome.
saw,
I've seen Tech Nine, man. Tech Nine.
Saw Tech Nine
dude,
as well.
That's something we both got. We both seen Godsmack.
Yeah.
And we both will agree. Amazing.
Dude, I mean,
just
go
amazing,
see him
dude.
live. Go
Yeah.
see. I'm not saying pay money, but if you can get some free tickets, go and
Yeah.
you will be like,
Yeah.
It's to me, it's the same experience as going to see like the orchestra.
Yeah.
You don't have to know the songs. You don't even have to be into the vibe.
Yeah.
But
They're gonna play
they're
Voodoo,
so
don't worry.
professional, and
You know.
it sounds so good.
Yeah.
Voodoo rules, man. The whole first album rules.
He's a big Godsmack.
Let's take
fan,
a ride
dude.
to the moon, baby.
Dude, they were great live. That drum off, Sully on the
Yeah,
drums,
man.
dude. Like, yeah, it was killer, dude. I fuck with Godsmack. They're fun, dude.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of different shit, man. I like a lot of different types of shows.
So you know what was cool when I was a kid, bro?
Mhm.
Watching the fucking watching that show on MTV, man, like where they would take everybody to like the hauntedest place in the world, bro, and they'd have to like stay the night.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the opening intro,
Fear TV.
The opening intro was the Voodoo by
Yeah.
Godsmack, dude. Like
That was the one where they wore
fucking-
the cameras
Yeah.
that faced them for
Yeah,
the first
dude,
time.
yeah, dude. That
man.
show
That show
fucked,
was
bro.
legitimately terrifying.
We
man.
ought to do something like that. We ought to go on a haunted tour.
MTV
one night,
used
man.
to rule.
We ought to go do Waverly or
We
some
should
shit
do a
one
series. We
night,
could
man.
do a series. Make a little,
Yeah.
telling
should
jokes
go-
to ghosts.
We should jokes to ghosts,
jokes to
dude.
ghosts, dude.
Hell yeah.
There could be something
We
there that
should
might
do
have
that.
legs.
Yeah.
I'll go up to Waverly and do a bunch of tuberculosis material.
Dude, that'd be a great bit, man. We'll go in, dude. We'll find an abandoned old building that's supposedly haunted. We'll set up a tripod. We'll get up there and fucking just do a 5-minute, bro. Like
and it will
in an
literally
abandoned
end
house.
with like a noise in the distance and us
Oh, God.
running and screaming.
Yeah, dude. I'm in. We should do that. I'm
Because
totally.
I would be a total. I don't fuck with for somebody who I don't believe that like 99% of supernatural shit is real.
Yeah.
But I do believe that some is. I take zero chances. I'll go in the haunted house. I'll go
Yeah.
in the graveyard. I'll do all the scary stuff. But the minute a voice whispers in my ear, a chill goes across
Sweet
my neck.
nothings in my ear from a ghost,
I'm
dude.
gone,
Yeah,
dude.
we're
If I ever
gone,
get
man.
scratches down my arm,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, dude. I'm such an old school grudge holder that if a ghost scratched me, I'd spend the rest of my life figuring out the technology to be able to punch a ghost.
I'll be waiting the rest of my life to die to go find it.
Yeah, if that's what I had to do, man.
Punch it in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Dude. I'll find it. I will find you.
I follow this crazy bitch on Instagram who says she can talk to ghosts and shit.
Oh, hell
and
yeah,
it's really
dude.
cool.
Let's
get
her
totally
on.
secret.
Let's get her on the show, dude.
But, she's my, my Martin Cabello of the moment, dude. She's my, guilty, insane person follow.
Hell yeah.
But she's got this variation she posts a lot of. The premise is, point of what it's like when one ghost realizes you can see them. And she'll be there, looking at a ghost, and it'll be like, oh, you can see me? And it'll be like, yep. And then he goes and gets all of his ghost friends, and then there's 100 ghosts in the room. And she's done 200 variations of that video, and I just love it, dude. I like the idea, the sixth sense idea of this one can see us. Go tell every ghost in the world.
Yeah,
because if the ghost can leave, right? Why was it ever haunting the place in the first place? If it's haunting this house and it knows a kid in fucking Pennsylvania can talk to it, and it can go all the way to Pennsylvania. Go to the afterlife, dude. What are you doing? That's my main kind of argument breaker against ghost. The one thing that makes me not really believe in ghost is why the fuck would you want to stay here? You know what I mean?
I thought you just didn't like their sound, man.
No, I'm saying no, not the band. Mariana Trench. But yeah, dude, I don't believe that. I just don't think that many spirits are oh no, dude. Oh, the afterlife exists. No thanks. I'm gonna stay on Earth.
No, I'm picking up what you're laying
Doesn't
down.
make a lot of sense to me, unless there's really a hell, and those people are given the option, hey, you can go to hell or you can stay here and scare the piss out of people.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, I'd do it then. Actually, I'm not going to lie. The trickster in me likes the idea of being brought, dying and becoming some sort of a poltergeist, some sort of a nefarious specter.
Yeah.
Not nefarious, more
Well, so what do you do in
playful.
a billion years when the Earth's gone?
I think I don't know, man.
You gonna go play nefarious jokes?
What does your spirit
Elon's
do?
kids on Mars, dude?
How do the physics of it work, right? Because if you're a spirit, nobody can see you, but you can see everything else, and you can interact with certain objects, but not other ones. You can apparently fuck with light switches, doors, and you can stack chairs.
Yeah, you can't drive a fucking car though.
But you can't drive a car. You can't touch a person.
Yeah,
I guess you can walk. You can walk right through walls.
Well, maybe it's in your dream, when you're trying to fight somebody and it's really, really fucking hard to punch in your dreams.
You think it's like that?
Maybe it's like that, and they use everything they can to just flick that fucking light switch.
Because they're so wispy.
I mean? Yeah, they're wispy.
But if they give it a good...
They're air, dude.
Yeah.
How are they going to put it in drive?
They're like
quantum
what I mean? Particles. You know what I mean? They're floating.
There's
they're
a lot
too
of,
wispy.
Jeremy Renner will tell you all about it.
Jeremy Renner. Does he believe in ghosts?
Ever since he had that near-death experience, he's all about the afterlife now.
Yeah, he did.
Also, he really did die. He really was dead and come back. So
and he's mad that they're trying to pay him less for season 2 of Hawkeye or whatever.
And I don't blame him, dude.
He's like, oh, what? Because I got in a wreck, I ain't worth as much money.
My eyeball popped out, I broke my neck and died. Have you seen The Town, motherfucker?
Hey. Hell of a voice on him, Jeremy Renner.
I like Jeremy Renner.
He's a crooner.
Dude.
He can sing.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
I like him.
He has no soul. He doesn't have anything that grabs you in any of his music, but he can sing professionally, pitch perfect singing. You know,
he's good, dude. He's a very talented individual.
I like
Jeremy
Renner.
That scene in Endgame, when he's pissed off because everybody's like. Because
everybody's got real powers.
No, everybody's upset because fucking Black Widow died getting the Soul Stone, and he's really fucking grieving here because he had to watch her die and they did not.
Yeah.
And fucking Thor's he says something and he's like whatever, and Renner's like, why don't you use your space magic and go find her? He's like, why don't you go talk to the skull guy? And he just has that moment where you're waiting for him to say fuck or shit, because it's it sounds like his character in The Town. Like Renner's really coming out in that scene, dude. He's not Hawkeye there. He's Jeremy Renner, bro. And I love that, dude. And yeah, he doesn't have. I mean, I guess shooting an arrow at accurate precision is probably a superpower to an extent, man. I mean,
isn't there a super hero in DC that has that power as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
And also Robin Hood was really good with an arrow. Katniss Everdeen.
Dude, Katniss, man. Shout out.
A bow, prowess with a bow, to me, straight up, does not fucking hold up. Because obviously, if it held up, and this is, I wish it held up. Don't take this wrong, but we wouldn't have genocided the Native Americans. If being good, those motherfuckers could literally stand up on the back of a horse and shoot you from a bajillion yards away with
that's
100-pound test.
That's not why they lost, though.
I mean, yeah, rifles against that shit was.
I'm thinking more like the blankets with smallpox probably killed out a bunch of.
Yeah,
them.
no, I do believe disease contributed to like.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot
half
of
the genocide numbers.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit.
Factually, the disease was the largest.
We're not. They're not playing fair here, you know. It's
but
not
they
just
did
straight,
in battle.
You know.
Now, obviously, after 20 years over here, plenty of those tribes like adopted rifles and all sort of the Comanches and shit. They would use.
They were fun. They would they'd sneak up on you and cut your horse loose or kill your horse and then make you walk.
Yeah.
Until you were out of resources and then they would kill you. Like the Native Americans went.
Did you ever watch Bone Tomahawk?
Mm-mm.
Buddy.
Pretty good.
Does it have Kurt Russell in it? I believe it's Kurt Russell. I might be misremembering, but the movie's fucked up. It's got a couple of natives in it that are doing mad gory murders to him, you know what I mean?
And we love that.
So, but it's a pretty good movie. It's been some years since I saw it. I think I saw it, might have came out when I was in prison or when I got out. But I think I saw it when I first got out. Might have been older than that. But anyway, yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, especially, he's going up against super villains and all he's got. Which, anyway, might make him more badass than a superhero.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have any... Even Iron Man, no superpowers, but he's got a super suit.
Right.
Hawkeye's got some tech. He's got some sweet bows and arrows and a couple gadgets here and there, sweet binoculars or whatever. But largely, he's just a regular dude hanging with...
He's just a regular guy with a big old dick.
Superhumans, yeah, regular type dude.
Regular type dude, you know.
With a big old dick. Yeah, I like Jeremy Renner, man. I like The Town. Town's a good movie, man. That's probably my favorite crime movie.
My favorite part of that is the dude that was like, it was loosely based off on the Judge show that time. You ever seen the movie The Town?
Oh, yeah.
I
remember that.
This fucking out of shape fucking... There for a parking ticket, dude. He's just got to bring it up. Like, you ever seen the movie The Town? I used to rob banks.
There's this author, I think it's like something Pargan, but he's big on like TikTok and Instagram and shit. But he did like an April Fool's Day post where he's like, The Town was one of the biggest movies, of whatever. But there's been a huge mystery regarding the film that nobody can figure out. And it's, what is the town it takes place in? To what town are they referring? And the whole time this whole 2-minute video where he's breaking down possible context clues. He's showing all scenes in the video where it says Boston in the back. I was holding the mic far away there. But,
so good.
Yeah, dude, like where he's got the Boston Police Department on the thing, where they're going by fucking Fenway Park or whatever one's in Boston.
Yeah.
And there's tons of people in the comments like, are you fucking stupid? It's The Town. It's Boston. And, it was a funny little April Fool's Day joke.
I don't know if I'd like Boston or not, dude.
It's just too north and too cold.
Yeah.
That's like my main... Something beat, dude. What was that?
What was that, man?
It was this thing dying.
Oh, no.
No, it's not dead. It just stopped fucking recording. What the hell?
We gotta get a camera, dude.
Don't allow. Close.
And I'm just gonna keep the show going.
Close. Keep talking.
Yeah, Boston's it's too north, too cold. I would like to get up to Salem at some point, just fuck around there and hang out. I think that would be neat to see. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want to see Boston.
Oh, I'll go.
I would like to roll into town listening to the Dropkick Murphys, dude. That would be cool.
I fucking hate my goddamn.
I
don't think it recorded any of the second fucking. I think it died as soon as we started recording.
Damn, man.
I'm getting fucking mad at this shit.
We're just gonna have to get a camera, dude. We're gonna have to bite the bullet, as the kids say. You know?
No, I'm pissed.
Dead air,
the
dude.
Camera did the
air.
same thing. The camera would stop recording after 30 minutes, man.
Yeah.
I just want something that records all the way the fuck through. God damn it, dude. This podcast has been a disaster since we lost our equipment.
Hey, and that's what got us to the dance, dude.
Yeah.
Losing our equipment.
I guess. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason, you know? We can't be mad about it, dude. It's
but yeah,
fine.
I don't think it's something. I didn't even hit record again there. I think it died, and then that noise was it coming back on.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. I'm just saying.
It's fine, dude. People that listen to the show on the way to work don't need to be watching the video anyways.
We had one
Charlie Badger in the fucking
good
band.
episode. The Friday the 13th episode, we had clear video all the way the fucking
great.
through,
that
man.
Fucked,
and
dude.
it really made me remember what it was like to have quality. You know what I mean?
It was because it was Friday the 13th, dude.
But no, it's on me. I should have fucking made sure it was all the way charged before we started. But if we do a second one, we'll let it charge first.
So we're not recording now.
We're not recording video. We're still on the mic.
No, yeah, no shit, dude.
What was the timer on? How much long we got left, dude?
About 8 minutes.
Yeah, about fucking 8 minutes, and then we'll, listen, guys, so let's start breaking shit down for you. The next episode will be great. This is episode 50. The next episode we're going to record tonight, we're banking to 51, right? Okay, you guys sensing a pattern here? In a couple episodes, this podcast is going to be 1 year old.
Yeah.
And somehow we've timed it perfectly, even with missed weeks, with the episodes we've banked, to where our 52nd episode comes out on our 1 year anniversary.
Look at that.
So it's just perfect. And we're going to have upcoming guest on the live show and dear friend, hilarious Cincinnati comic, Charlie Badger.
The Badger.
On the program for the 1 year anniversary. And that's really to kick off. I know we keep saying guest, but we finally got to lock in on a place we can go record in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So that it makes it easier to get a lot of these said guests. And we're going to be bringing a lot of comics and bands on between now and the end of the year. But, yeah, that first 1 year anniversary show's coming up, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel, man? 1 year in. We've been doing this. Well, we've been doing this for like 5, almost 6 years now.
It's nice to give a fuck.
This one's been nice, man. This podcast
nice to care. I'm not saying I didn't care when we were doing the Obscure Hero stuff. I mean, that was your shit, and you just bring me on.
And it came and
really,
it went.
You
know what I mean? Like, it had its
this
moments.
Feels special. This is different, and it's helped us launch. Doing the live shows and us with the stand-up and like just I don't know. I enjoy this show. I like what we're doing. I believe in it. I like the brand we're building. And to be this close to a year is pretty cool. And that episode's going to be bitching. I'm very excited about it, man.
And I like the idea of, obviously, and this isn't coming from a place of arrogance, but confidence. We're going to be somebody, okay?
Yeah,
I will not accept a life I do not deserve.
Yeah, hell yeah. You tell them, Pearl.
And I like the idea of, I'm just saying, if something happens, if we have even mild success, people can go back and listen to the first episode. Dude. Before we did comedy.
I'm not staying on this farm, dude.
I'm not staying on this farm.
I'm not staying on this farm. Ah!
And, yeah, man, they can go back and be like, oh, dude, I remember that. Here's where it started. Here's them going to Skankfest and coming back and being like, we're stand-up comics now.
Yeah, we're in, dude. We've done 2 open mics, bro. Yep. We're kind of a big deal.
And, not everybody knows it. We haven't shared it with a lot of people in the comedy scene because when we started, we didn't want to get the, what am I looking for? We didn't want to get the sympathy laughs that people give newbies. So we weren't really and we weren't trying to hide that we were new necessarily, but we weren't open about the fact that we were new. So a lot of people are just now finding out that we're 8 months into stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that we're rookies.
And doing what we do.
Yeah.
But, here's the fucking deal. They don't call me Slime Nelson for no fucking reason. And when you got a guy like Biscuit Williams in your corner,
whoop, whoop.
You're going to do large things. People are going to be like, oh, you're moving too fast. You're too big for your britches. Well, then give me yours, dude.
Yeah,
they look plenty big enough.
Yeah, give me your pants, dude.
All right.
I think it's cool that, I think it's cool that we're as far in as we are to not be doing it as long as others.
And
I think they respect that too, like, because they realize that we give a shit and we care and we try to work our craft and we try.
We did have the basis of the other pod for several years, interviewing a lot of people, making connections. So we weren't starting from nothing.
Right.
We were talking about it earlier, man. We're like anything that we do. We deep dive into it before we know what we're doing. We figure out the right way. And so I feel like we just kind of are making the right moves, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I feel confident that we're going to look back at from episode 100 and be like, damn, dude, another year's gone by.
Yeah.
And we're over here doing, who knows what, man. I might have, I might pivot to OnlyFans or some sort of sexual content creation at some point.
And you should. You need a premium.
I'm only 36. I haven't hit my midlife crisis yet.
Don't say you're 36.
Well, I'm 35. I'll be 36 this October.
I still don't like that. Don't say it. So if you're getting older, that means I'm getting older.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
God damn, you're 36.
I'll be, yeah.
Oh, man.
Which to me, I'm like, oh, dude, I still got 4
It really sucks.
years till I'm 40.
It really sucks the energy out of the room when we think about it.
It does, but I don't feel bad about it. Because every time I tell anybody that in person, they're always like, what? I thought you guys were like in your late 20s.
Yeah, that's nice.
I still feel good. Mentally, I feel so stupid that it's crazy to think I'm 35.
Yeah.
Like, I still feel like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I just graduated high school and I'm still trying to get a grasp on the world.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, we're old.
We are, dude. And I hate that,
sucks.
man. This place sucks.
What dates you got coming up, man?
July 10th, Crosstown Comedy Festival.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm locked in. That's the move. July 10th, Crosstown, in Covington, Kentucky.
Yep.
Get your tickets.
Commonwealth Sanctuary.
Commonwealth Sanctuary. It's gonna be a good time.
He's posted stuff to it. I've posted stuff to it.
And I'll be posting more between now and then. So
yeah, if I think of it, I'll put them in the ticket links in the Instagram for that.
You got a whole ass tour coming up, Slime.
A couple of dates in July. Well, yeah, dude, I'm doing the 2nd. July 2nd, I'm on the Pro-Am at Go Bananas. July 5th, and this is the one I need you guys to come out to. Joey's is on July 10th in Covington at Commonwealth. You guys got to come out to that and laugh so that, because it's a competition, so he can advance. Yes. But I also need you guys to come out on the 8th, my competition, Funniest Person in Cincinnati, and laugh.
Yes.
All right, those are the 2 big ones. Don't even worry about the rest of the dates. But just so I can say I said them, July 23rd, I'll be the closer at the open mic at Louisville Comedy Club. Nothing, you get 8 minutes. Nothing special, but I'm excited. I haven't got to do a longer set in a minute. Yeah. That'll be fun. And then I'm at Planet of the Tapes on the 27th or 28th, whichever one's a Monday. But, yeah, namely the 2 dates you need to worry about, July 8th and 10th. That's a Tuesday and a Thursday. We're competing. We're the boys. We're trying to suck Cincinnati. Yeah. So, yeah, come out and see us, man. It's going to be a good time.
It'll be a good time. If you come support me at Crosstown, I'll be in your debt forever. And I appreciate all of you guys. And I love you.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
This place sucks.